Ha! I'm not worried.
You should be scared.
Our national forests, mountains, and deserts are home to some creatures that can be dangerous. There are bears, mountain lions, wolves, wolverines, wild pigs, and rattlesnakes, just to name a few. And, depending on your point of view, creatures like Bigfoot could be hiding in the vast forest and mountain ranges like you see here, which was shot in the Olympic Peninsula in the state of Washington. But there is something else out there. They are in these same forests, mountains, and deserts. You may not think that they are much of a threat, but they can devastate your overlanding adventure by crippling your vehicle. In this video, I'll talk about how this can happen and how you can protect your vehicle. It happens a lot more often than you might think. Imagine this. You drive up a long wilderness trail for miles upon miles until you finally reach a beautiful, remote spot to disperse camp. You are totally alone. There is no one else for miles and miles, and you are surrounded by pristine wilderness. Life is good, right? After camping there for a few days, you get that familiar urge to hit the off-road trails again. So, after packing up your equipment, you jump into the driver's seat, close the door, insert the key in the ignition, and crank over the starter. Suddenly, you notice that dreaded check engine warning light on your dashboard. Something's not right. You turn off the engine, get out, and open the hood, hoping that you can figure out what is wrong. The last thing that you need to be is stranded deep in the wilderness with no help. Under the hood, or the bonnet as those across the big pond call it, you see some bare wires. Something has been chewing on the wires and the cables. And there, in the dust on top of the engine, are tracks and footprints, too big to be a mouse. You also find some bits of dry nesting materials scattered about. Something has been wreaking havoc on your truck. Now, this type of scenario would just make your day, right? Bare spots and wires, where the insulation has been chewed off, can cause electrical shorts and blown fuses. Unfortunately, some car manufacturers use soy in their wiring insulation, which has arguably contributed to rodent infestations. Toyota, for example, was sued over this issue. The short of it, no pun intended, is that these critters smell the soy and are attracted to it. Unfortunately, the scenario that I have just described really happens. This became crystal clear to me after a series of events during my last wilderness journey. Packrats, chipmunks, and ground squirrels, mice, and other varmints often live in the wilderness areas where you want to camp, and they keep just out of your sight by hiding. Your vehicle attracts them because it offers protection, warmth, and perhaps even food. Ha! That sounds a lot like some of the reasons we like our vehicles, right? I've had several encounters with these furry vermin while overlanding, especially in the western half of the United States. The first time was in the Ochoco National Forest in Oregon. There, I met Mitchell. When I was showing him some of the modifications to my electrical system, he pointed out a disturbance in the dust under the hood and told me that a pack rat had been there. And just a while ago, I raised the hood. And when I did, I didn't like what I saw. There was a disturbance of the dust on top of the engine there. And that tells me that a critter was there. Let's take a look at it. So that stuff is telltale signs in the dust that something has been up here underneath the hood. Fortunately, I've been moving around enough that they haven't had a chance to establish a home or chew up wiring, to my knowledge. This is the second time that I've had a critter up underneath the hood like this. You gotta be careful. And one of the ways to help prevent that, from my understanding and what I've been told, is to raise the hood. Well, I was in a populated area and I didn't really want to raise the hood. There is stuff that people can just grab from underneath the hood and take off with. So, if they have the right tool, right? So, here I am alone out in the wilderness again, and I've got the hood open now, especially after I saw this. I carry a few mouse traps with me, but I do not use them. They are sort of the last resort in my battle with varmints should a serious infestation develop. The bait that you use on a mouse trap, such as cheese or peanut butter, can actually attract more varmints, and it may even attract a larger predator, such as a bear. In order to deter varmints, it helps to understand what attracts them to your vehicle's engine compartment in the first place. They feel protected in the dark spaces underneath the hood, as though they were beneath the ground. And there are plenty of places where they can build a nest, such as in the air filter box. The warmth provided by the protection of the engine compartment is also attractive to them. So, to deter them, we need to make the engine compartment as uninviting as possible. Here's some of the methods that you can use in your battle against them. Open the hood of your engine compartment. For my friends overseas, that's the bonnet. Leave it open. This lets light in during the day, and whether it's day or night, rodents will feel more exposed to their natural enemies than if the hood was closed. If possible, move your vehicle frequently. I try to do this every day or two, particularly if I find evidence of their presence. Run the engine at least once every day. Let it run until it gets hot. A subscriber to this channel commented that he uses lights underneath the hood. That's a great idea. I've also heard some people say that they put lights on top of each one of the tires to discourage the varmints from climbing up the tread and into the vehicle. Use a device that emits ultrasonic sound and flashes of light. Humans can't hear these high frequencies, but it certainly can irritate rodents and make them uncomfortable, eventually forcing them to leave. I just purchased a couple of different brands. They are both 12 volt and intended for use under the hood. They detect vibration and will turn off when the engine is running. But because I actually haven't had a chance to use them yet, I can't say for sure whether they will work. But I want to use every method that is available. I'm also going to wrap some of the wiring under the hood with protective material that the rodents can't chew through. Before you drive the vehicle, honk your horn a few times. Then wait a minute or so before you drive away. This can scare the rodents and it gives them a chance to escape from tight places before you drive off. Rodents can also get into the seating area of your vehicle, so keep the windows closed, especially overnight. Also, keep your vehicle organized and uncluttered, as well as the area around your vehicle. And do not eat in your vehicle. Eating in your vehicle will attract both rodents and possibly bears. And as a final note, people also use things like peppermint oil or mothballs. I do not, however. Their effectiveness is in question. Also, I don't like smelling those odors, and I have no idea whether it might attract bears when I'm in bear country. So there you are. What type of things have you tried? Do they work for you? Put it in the comments below. Keep your vehicle free from rodents so that you will be free to travel the trails. I hope our trails cross soon.